as the names. I changed these. So what you can do is you can go to the length. You can click on, by editing, you can click on the length. Click on the length, and in the properties you can change the name of this dimension. So that's what I have done. This is the reason they're showing up like that. I'm going to go back to the Mathcad analysis, and we're going to load the same file that I loaded earlier. I'll just wait for it to load here. It loaded. I'm going to add dimensions. So if I say length, okay, now I'll just show you real quick the tagging of variables that I was talking about. I have tagged this length variable as ProE to MC. You can see the other ones I have tagged them the same too. You just go to the variable, click on properties, and the tag says ProE to MC. That's how it's getting pulled back into the Pro Engineer. So we're still adding dimensions. We add the height of the block, and lastly what we're going to do is add the width. I'm going to add the volume as the output variable, and I'm going to hit compute for it to, okay, so this is what happened. It came up as, it calculated the volume and it went back to this. Just to show you what really happened, I'm going to switch back dimensions. It says 20, 15, and this is 10. If I go back, into my Mathcad analysis, the block volume that we were trying to see, so this is the length, the height, and finally the width. As you can see, all of them right now currently in Mathcad are 1 meter each, and so the volume comes up to 1 meter cube. And I click on the outputs. I'm picking up 1 meter cube to be computed from Mathcad. So what it's doing is it's taking these values, which is 20, 15, and 10, from Pro Engineer back to Mathcad and recalculating the volume. Similarly, what you can do is, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add this as a feature to my current drawing. So it'll show up in my drawing file tree. So there it shows up right here as Mathcad analysis. I can click close, and now what we're going to do is I'm just going to show you from, I'm going to create a parameter for volume, and I'm going to show you how Mathcad drives it back into Pro Engineer, because we just saw an example of how Pro Engineer is integrated into Mathcad, and now I'll just show you how Mathcad brings it back into Pro Engineer. Okay, so for this we're going to create a parameter, and we're going to select the Mathcad feature. So you can see the value shows up as 3000 meter cube. When Pro Engineer when Mathcad returns the volume, it returns it to Pro Engineer as MC_volume, meaning it's coming back from Mathcad. I'm going to say OK to this. I'm going to go to Tools, Parameters, and I'm going to add a parameter called Volume. And hit OK. Also, we're going to create a relation for this. So I'm going to say volume as relation, and I'm going to say this symbol says insert parameter name from list. So I'm going to say insert parameter, and a feature-driven parameter by the Mathcad analysis. So you can see it's returned as 3000. I'm going to say insert selected. So here what we did is I made the part level parameter equal to the feature level parameter, so that it can be driven, the volume can now be driven through the Mathcad analysis worksheet. I'm going to hit OK. And after this, what we're going to do is I'm going to edit one of the these values to 30. So I just edited the depth to 30, and I'm just going to hit regenerate so that we can change the volume. There, okay, the feature changed. Now you go to Tools, Parameters, and you can see that the value of the volume has not changed. This means that it's still 3000, and it's not picking up the Mathcad analysis. This is basically the problem that they have in Mathcad currently. It's called double regeneration. I hit the regenerate tab once, so it just changed the part level geometry, and it did not change the feature level geometry. So if I hit OK and I hit regenerate again, it says that it did not regenerate since the last regeneration. But if I go to Tools, Parameters, the volume has changed to 9000. So this is the double regeneration that I'm going to be discussing in the next example. So any questions so far? Taking that as a no, I am moving on to the next demonstration called avoiding double regeneration. So I'm going to activate this window. This is the trapezoid. I'll just show you the okay. So these are the dimensions of the trapezoid. We are going to start off the Mathcad analysis. Just going to move this a little higher. Okay, so I'm just going to add dimensions, the same as we did before with the earlier model. All these have been tagged, and so they're coming back automatically from Mathcad. Okay, so this is the depth, which is, it's going to change this 5 currently, but we changed the dimension, so it's going to change from that to that. Okay, so I'm just going to add this as a feature again. Call it let's say depth underscore calculation, and hit OK. I'm going to close out of the Mathcad analysis sheet, and then we are going to go to the relations. I'm going to just move this a little here so we can see this. I'm going to select the depth and make this equal to the extrude feature, which I'm going to select through, not here. Okay, select insert parameter. Hit this and say insert selected. And hit OK. Just going to move this here. This is something I added earlier. Okay, so now what we're going to do is to avoid double regeneration. Firstly, I'm going to show you how it occurs. So I'm going to change this to 6. And I'm going to hit regenerate. Okay, but while just going to wait for this. Okay, so it says that some relations are no longer satisfied in trapezoid for DO. What I did was I set DO to the depth calc, and it says it's not matching with the dimensions. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change this relation here. Set this here, just remove this from here.